one. This is a little bit tricky. I think the more you see and the more you do, especially, the easier this will become. But what are we looking to do? We're looking to write the equation of the data in this table. I told you that this is already linear, so we're going to be looking to write this in the form of y equals mx plus b. The two things we want to solve, we want to figure out what is the m, the slope, and what is b, the y-intercept. So those are the two things that we will want to figure out. Remember, our slope is going to be rise over run, or the change in y divided by the change in x. Well, let's see what these changes in y and changes in x are. So the x is changing by plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So the change in x is 1 every time. What's the change in y? Looks like it's plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So rise over run, change in y over change in x. The change in y was 4. The change in x is 1. 4 divided by 1 is simply 4. So our slope, the m in our equation, will be 4. What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is, remember from last time, whatever the y-coordinate is when x equals 0. So we look in the data table to find where x equals 0, the y-coordinate will be the y-intercept. Uh-oh, there is no 0. So we have to figure it out. And in this case, thankfully, it's not going to be too terribly difficult. We can see that this is going up by 1, so let's just add 0 to our data table, and we're going to be increasing by 1 from 0 to 1, so that makes sense. But what would the number there have to be? Remember, the y's are always changing by 4. Every time x goes up by 1, y goes up by 4. X is plus 1, y is plus 4. So from this number to this number has to be plus 4 as well. So what plus 4 equals 9? What plus 4 equals 9? Well, this has to be 5. So that one has to be 5. So now, when x is 0, y equals 5, now we have our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is 5. So we solve the two things we need to figure out to write the equation. We need the slope, m, and the y-intercept, b. So let's write our equation. Y is equal to, our slope was positive 4 times x plus the y-intercept of 5. There it is.